It's been a while since I've been here on the Approximate podcast, and I can't even remember how chords go or how to sing over them. But that's okay. It's TGQ&A. Hey everybody, welcome to the Approximate Podcast. My name's Jamie French, and you are listening to another awful episode of TGQ&A, the only show where I answer questions in a show-like format. You guys, they're paying attention. You're seeing a new face here. This is Ava Sumner.
Hello.
Say hello to the... Yeah, she said hello.
I beat you too.
Everybody, say hello to Ava. How many people do we got in the room right now? 3 watching. One of you 3 motherfuckers, say hi to brand new, awesome Ava Sumner. Good. Okay, so...
Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. So no beating around the bush this week. We are going to start answering questions straight away. We're going to start with the email questions. Of course, if you're watching us live right now, you can email us at approximatepodcast@gmail.com. You can also text us at 817-673-3704. Or you can just fuck off and watch the show. That's what you can do. So we're going to go first come, first serve. Some questions were sent in about a week ago, so we're going to start with those. It starts with a long-time listener, long-time caller, Evan. Evan says, I'm sorry, did it again. Not sorry. I told you I was going to do it. Evelyn. Evelyn has 3 questions. First question is, it comes with a preface. Evelyn says, Evelyn here, hope you're doing well, and that the Australian radio thing is going well. I'm currently enjoying the show, I'm currently enjoying the snow here in Surrey. Oh, okay, so this is a deep cut. If you listen a few episodes back, I think I announced that there's a radio station in Australia that is wanting to, or I guess they are currently doing... They wanted a transgender show. They wanted to kill space, for about 30 minutes to an hour. And they hit me up for episodes of this very show, TGQ&A, for all the back episodes. So as far as I know, that's going pretty well. People in Australia are hearing it. I keep in semi-regular contact with the powers that be down at that particular radio station. But I'm going to have to check in on that, how it's doing.
Do you know the name of the radio station?
I got it written down somewhere. I
was curious too.
Yeah, no, the deal happened so long ago, and I haven't been keeping up on it. I just been asking. Every once in a while, I'll send the dude an email and say, "Hey, is everything good? Is there anything you need from me?" And he'll no, everything's great. Thanks for the episodes. And then that's as much as I say. I'm that lazy about it, But because it was brought up, there's going to be a link in the description once this goes up tomorrow for all the rest of the audience that isn't live tonight, and there'll be links in the description for that radio station. But as far as I know, it's going okay. Let's see here. Okay, so question 1, official question 1. Evelyn says, I have been having a sledding day. Have you ever been sledding, and what's your view on it? Wait, okay. So you're in England, and is there a thing called sledding day in England? Because we don't have that here. We just sled.
Like a national holiday?
Yeah. Is there? Wait. Now let me just, out of fairness, let me make sure I'm reading this correctly because I am a little bit stupid. I've been having sledding. Wait, I have been having sledding today. I thought it said I've been having sledding day. That's still a really fucking weird way to put that sentence, man. I've been having sledding today. I have been having sledding today. Have you ever been sledding? And I'm not. This is a nondescript nationality.
I didn't say anything.
Don't. No, dude. I'm being very offensive to 5 different nationalities. I have been having sledding today. Have you ever been sledding? And what's your view on it, mate? I don't know. Sledding's great. How old are you? You know what? I don't think you can ever be too old to be sledding. What do you think? Have you ever been sledding, Ava?
No, I have never been sledding
Fuck,
before.
you don't count then. You're bringing nothing to the table.
All I remember is ice here. I don't ever have snow experience.
What my favorite thing about sledding was. I remember being 8, 9 years old, the heyday of sledding. That's where you want to sled, is 8, 9. Couldn't afford, or I don't know if my parents couldn't afford a sled or if they just didn't care. But what we used to do was, here in Texas, the only thing you can do is sled because there's no snow. It's just ice. We just ice
it's like
here.
Sliding, not
so
sledding.
yeah. So it's just sliding. And so what we would do is we would take chunks of cardboard, and we would go to the most dangerous hill that you could possibly find, and we would cardboard our way down death ice. And it was amazing and fantastic. And I lost a lot of friends doing it. So yeah, no, I'm on board with sledding. Thanks for that question. That's such a sweet, innocent question. Do you like sledding?
Though. I don't like.
What?
I feel like it's out of my control. Like, I drive a lot.
That's half the fun.
You just hop on it and slide down and hope for the best. That's
okay. So sledding is one of those things that is potentially dangerous, but the entry level is like really low because all you have to do is look at the top of the hill and see where the bottom of the hill ends, and then make a judgment as to whether or not it's worth your time.
That's
so if you can make that one decision, you can sled. So thanks for that question, Evelyn. Number 2. We know that you are a fan of Philly cheesesteak. Jesus Christ! I'm going to call this show the Philly Cheesesteak Hour. It never stops with the Philly cheesesteaks. It is my favorite, though. I always love it.
I've never had a Philly cheesesteak.
Fuck you! To death.
I love sandwiches and everything, but I
love
never had
sandwiches.
Philly cheesesteak.
She says I love sandwiches.
I do.
Says. No, motherfucker. We're talking about Philly cheesesteaks. Those aren't sandwiches.
Is that not a sandwich? What's on it? Tell me what's on it.
Angel fucking.
No,
that's what's on a Philly. That's what's on a Philly cheesesteak is angel fucking. Don't compare it to a sandwich. It's not a sandwich. Hold on. Let me get to this question. I'm about to school you in some shit.
Here we go.
We know that you are a fan of Philly cheesesteaks. What would you wash it down with? Oh, well, the way that I eat Philly cheesesteaks, I always wash it down with a big, tall glass of shame. Because I eat all of the Philly cheesesteaks every time I have all of them. That's how good they are. You're not understanding the complexity and the majesty of what a Philly cheesesteak is.
Sounds a little dramatic, so...
Oh, you don't even begin to pretend to understand that you can figure out the mystery of the riddle of the amazingness of the Philly cheesesteak.
Okay. I think it's just a sandwich.
But when I just snack on one and I only have about 3 in one sitting, I will generally wash it down.
How long are they?
Oh man,
because 3 can be a lot if they're like small.
Oh,
but then
no. There's no such thing as a small Philly cheesesteak.
Then how can you eat 3 in one sitting?
No, dude. I said it's complex. I said there's mathematical courses that you have to complete before you can. First of all, you think they're a sandwich, so that doesn't even. You don't even
does that
count.
Invalidate my opinion?
All the way across the board.
Okay.
All the way across the board. Here's what I generally would wash it down with. Now, I haven't. You're supposed to wash it down. You don't get to say anything. You're supposed to wash it down with it has to be it has to be a soda, doesn't it? It has to be a cola. If you're drinking Pepsi, I think that's weak. I think if you're drinking a Coca-Cola, okay. I think that's too obvious. I think the perfect way to wash down a Philly cheesesteak is a nice, tall, brimming glass of sparkling ice cold Dr. Pepper. And everybody right now that's on the East Coast may be going, fuck you, dude. But I'm saying, no, I'm from Texas. That's the flair I'm bringing to the table. Dr. Pepper just has that sweet, that just has that sweet peppery thing that completely complements all the spices and the things that you can't even appreciate, Ava. You can't even appreciate it.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I'm so mad at you.
What did I do?
That's you have bad taste, and you're gonna be schooled. Here's the deal, Dr. Pepper. Now, in honesty, these days the Philly cheesesteaks. You know, me and them, we're a team. But I don't drink the sodas no more. So I opt to do the more mature thing and not drink anything after a Philly cheesesteak at all. Instead, enjoy the flavor in my mouth. What you do is you handle it strategically. If you're mature, what you do is you hydrate beforehand, and then you go into a Philly fucking stomp. You know, you become one with the Philly cheesesteak, and there's no need to wash it down with anything. Evelyn, I hope that answers your question.
But it's food.
Shut your
all right
heathen mouth, you blasphemer.
I drink a lot after the meal, not before.
Stop it.
Okay.
No. Question 3. With the state... Oh, God. We went from Philly cheesesteaks to the world is ending. Jesus Christ, Evelyn. With the state of the gun debate in your country. Jesus. Okay, so we got this English motherfucker asking me a question about... Oh, geez. Okay, I'll just say it. With the state of the gun debate in your country, I would like to ask, if you had a gun, what would it be? What's the make and model? Okay, well, first of all, you make an assumption that I don't have a gun to begin with. You would be right, because Jesus Christ, why the fuck would I have a gun? Everybody that follows this show sees me on Twitter. They know I don't fucking have a gun. Just fucking ridiculous. If I did have a gun, what would the make and model be? I wanted to put some people on edge. Oh, wait, does Jamie French have it? Oh, God, is she one of those? Maybe. No, I'm absolutely not. If I had a gun, here's what it would be. See this? See this wonderful thing? For people that are listening to this on SoundCloud right now, switch over to the YouTube channel and look at the thing. Patreon people can already see this. This is a Nerf gun. This is my favorite kind of gun. If I were to have a gun, I would have this very gun that I own, and it's a Nerf gun that has been remodeled and fucked up and painted and modified to not look like a Nerf gun, but to look like a sci-fi awesome piece of cyberpunk weird thing that I made for a science fiction comic book cosplay character that I made up on my own. I believe in original content. I believe in having the fun of cosplay, but doing original stuff. And so I made this gun from a Nerf gun. It's my favorite thing. It's bulky, it's violent, it's awesome, and it can never hurt a child. And that's my favorite part about this gun, is that it can't hurt anyone. It just looks cool. And that's the kind of gun that I would have. That's the kind of gun that I do have. And yes, of course, you can play with that for a little while. Enjoy that paint job. It will probably rub off on you. No,
thank you. I don't want that.
So Evelyn says, thanks for answering my questions. I say, thank you, Evelyn. You always come through in a pinch. When the questions are kind of slow coming, you always are there for us, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
There you go. Don in the chat says the only gun to have is a love gun.
That's right. I have a love gun, and all Nerf guns are love guns. They're there for fun. And sure, you may lose an eye, but in the interest of love. So, it just depends on which model you buy. The ones with the little suction cups on the end of the ammunition, those could fuck you up.
Do those actually stick to things?
Your eyeballs.
I don't think. This isn't a cartoon.
You never took a Nerf to the eye.
No, I can't.
You haven't lived. So I'm gonna go on to our next batch of questions. Actually, it's only one question. It's sent in from longtime listener. This is a person that I've been on their show. They've been on my show. Red Fox, ladies and gentlemen, sends a question in. If you don't know who I'm talking about, look at previous episodes. Find the one that says Red Fox in the title. That's who I'm talking about. Thank you, Red Fox, for sending this question. The question is, small question. She says, Views on girls into scarification in the industry. Okay. More than slightly subconscious about my hash marks, stars, and assorted scars. Ava, is this anything that you know anything about?
Scarification is
Scarification.
Is that basically
the question is what are my views on scarification in the when she says the industry, I imagine she means the adult entertainment industry.
In that industry specifically, I don't know, but I mean, I had a coworker whose friend, he was really into tattoos, but he decided to take it one step further and did scarring, like. Is that the same thing, or is that different?
I think that's what she means. I think when you say scarification, it means the actual that process of doing it. I don't think it means just having scars.
Okay. Ooh, yeah, because that's
what did he have? What did he get?
Oh god, he had like just random generic. I mean, I don't want to say it's generic, but like rings with slight designs on it, just like.
So he had like geometric shapes, like purposeful.
Yeah. And I remember hearing that he had to drive like a few hours to a specific place and do it like in the back of the shop, just because it's kind of, I don't know, maybe frowned upon, or just that no one wants to do it because it's.
Oh, so it had to be like this like weird underground backdoor thing. Hey, let me ask, oh, dude, Red Fox is here. Red Fox, so I'm seeing you in the room. There's a 6-second delay. If you're hearing us talk and I'm answering you out of time, that's, you know the deal. Red Fox, tell me, now that I see you in the chat room, what do you mean by what are my feelings about it? Do you want to know if I think it's a bad thing or a good thing? Kind of clear that up for me, Red.
It's scars, not branding. Because branding is the...
Oh, yeah, no, branding's a whole different thing. Yeah, branding's, red hot metal.
Guess, so.
Oh, okay, yeah. And Ava's new, but she's kicking it. Guys, give a fucking hand to Ava. She's doing amazing. Here's just a little tip that I'm going to say. When you read the room, always read the person's name, so it gives everybody a point of context.
Will do.
Yeah. But, dude, you're fucking awesome. You're rocking it. Anyway, Red Fox... let me read what she says in the room. Someone tell me if the glorious host reads an email. That's what I'm doing right now. Red Fox, answer. Because I want to know, I need a little more, I need you to elaborate on this question. While you do that, keep an eye on Red Fox. While you elaborate that, I'm going to move on to, we're out of emails. I'm going to go to our Curious Cat and start answering questions from there. And Red Fox, please chime in, and we will answer your deal. So I'm just going to start from the top of the list. And, okay. So Anonymous asks, and I think I have like 10 questions here from Curious Cat. Most of them are garbage questions. I can guarantee you that. We're 19 minutes in. I think we could probably make it to 25 minutes. Knowing the kind of questions that we got coming up. Our first question is from Anonymous, and he asks, oh, surprise. This is Orion, just sending a shout out to TGQ&A. Have a good show, sis. Orion, everybody knows Orion from the flagship show and from the 900 here on the Approximate Podcast. That's Orion Quest, my normal co-host. Thank you so much, dude. He's playing gigs tonight. The double back-to-back gigs here in Dallas. Nice. And I wish him luck. He couldn't, obviously, that's why he couldn't be here tonight. But dude, thanks for that. I really appreciate that. So we're going to move on to question 2. Anonymous, so many of these are from Anonymous. Just keep that in mind. Anonymous asks, sex with vegetables, the last taboo? It's not even the first taboo.
I was gonna say, why would that be the last taboo of all?
That's as far as your imagination goes. I envy your innocence. Personally, it's not even a taboo for me, because a taboo to me is a thing that is verboten that you still want to explore. You know, there's something about the word tattoo that the
taboo.
Taboo. The connotation is that it's something that is meant. It's like a barrier that's meant to be breached. So long as you want to breach that barrier. For me, people that listen to the Monday morning podcast, you know what that is. sex with food at all is not a taboo for me. Sex, it just makes me kind of barfy. I don't like mixing food and sex because I think it's a lot like Christian rock. I think one destroys the other. You know, I think getting sex involved with food makes sex completely unpalatable, and getting and then on the flip side, if you're enjoying your food and somebody wants to get all sexual with you, then your cheesesteak becomes gross. You know, there's already enough sex built into the cheesesteak. So I think we went over that.
You and your damn cheesesteak. Okay. We got Red Fox in the chat.
Oh, okay. Well, what does Red Fox say?
It says scars cut sometimes deep. I think that's exactly what we're talking about, right? Just like
scars cut sometimes deep. I know, but what do you?
Is it on a kink level or just on a generic like style level? Because I was talking about a guy that I knew from someone who had done it just because he liked the style. But as far as anything more than that, I'm not sure.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to skip ahead and tell Red Fox, and we're going to get back to the Curious Cat questions. But Red Fox, you asked me what I thought about it as far as the industry goes. I don't know that it's a thing anybody should have a thought on. If you're the kind of person that scars yourself because you like the aesthetic, then fine. That's like a tattoo or a certain amount of piercings or the way you do your makeup just or the kind of clothes you wear or the way that you paint your nails. I mean, it's just a arbitrary, stylistic, non-important thing that you like that's very, very subjective. There's nothing to judge there. There's nothing objectively wrong about it. So long as the person that's doing it is willing to do it, that's asking for it to be done, that's completely consensual. If that's the case, then I'm not even allowed to have thoughts on that because the person that does it, who the fuck am I to say whether or not it's good or bad? It's them that they did it, you know? So unless I'm missing something about the question you're asking, I think my answer is it's none of my business. And I'm sure there's plenty of fine folks out there that have done it that I would absolutely be friends with. You know, I know for a fucking certain that in all my years, mostly because of being a musician, not because of the porn thing, you meet those kind of motherfuckers all the time. People covered in tattoos, scarification, body modification. Some of the coolest motherfuckers I ever met. It's non-harmful, awesome. You know, you'd want them to be the godfather of your fucking child, you know? So there's nothing to say about that. We're talking about a stylistic choice. But I know that I remember what it was like to have a kind of a contention about tattoos, body modification. I remember what it was like to be that person. Again, I don't have tattoos, no body modifications. I have my ears pierced. I rarely use my piercing holes in my ears. You know,
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I'm very plain. I always prided myself on being the lamest motherfucker at the party, but and a lot of that came from a disdain of people that were in a counterculture. And there's a myriad of reasons for that. And I'm actually going to do a whole episode about what it is to be an angry young man from both sides of the fence, from the counterculture side and from the kind of straight-laced side, and show our audience that these two sides have a lot more in common than they think. But we'll get to that later. As far as like now where I stand, I don't think anything about it. And even furthermore, as to how it like matters to the industry. I'll tell you this. This is an opinion. This is just a statistic. This is just a thing about the industry. It's not opinion at all. If you're in the adult entertainment industry, if you're in porn and you have scarification or heavy tattoos or weird extravagant piercings, and take when I say weird with a grain of salt. Don't fucking flip your lid. In the business, you know, the business plays to the bell curve. The business is all about getting the most amount of viewers, in mainstream. So if you're going to have scarification, if you're going to have heavy tattoos and everything, be prepared to really play to the niche markets. Because it turns out, and I'm not saying this is a good or bad thing, I'm just saying that this is the way people seem to be wired, this is why there is a bell curve, is that most people tend to like, just regular skin, unadorned, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with the other. I'm just saying that the majority likes somebody that maybe doesn't have so much stuff going on. Maybe a little bit, a little flair, doesn't hurt anybody's feelings. But when you go too far, according to the bell curve, not according to what's objectively wrong or right, then be prepared to kind of live in the margins. And there's nothing wrong with that. And it doesn't mean you can't be successful. Fucking niches make riches. Everybody should know that. Niches make riches. So if you're going to do that to your skin, if you're going to be that kind of person, live and dominate those little niches that you've kind of cornered yourself into, okay? It's not your job to make tattoos or anything mainstream. That's going to come from long progressive steps over the course of time for people to get over your perceived weirdness. You're never going to do it in your lifetime. So what you do is you make the most of it, and you live within those niches, and you maximize your profits. So with all that being said, I didn't expect that to be as long of an answer as it was. But Red Fox, thank you, because I actually said a lot of stuff that I agree with.
I thought my whole life, I thought that word was pronounced niche.
Niche? Oh, yeah, niche.
Wait, so is there a specific, or is it either either?
Well, it depends. It's one of these things that there's kind of a gradient on it, because it's a French word that's been adopted by the English language. And, of course, we always take, quote-unquote, foreign words, even though the roots of French and English are they share their common ancestor in Germanic. We take those words and we make them our own. So if you want to be, it just depends on who you're trying to impress. If you're in front of a highfalutin guy, you say niche. If you're on the podcast that is as dumb and as backwards as this, you say niche. Niches make riches, bitches.
Well, okay, I've gotten used to pronouncing things incorrectly. Like I spent 20 years of my life saying cashews, because I didn't realize it was incorrect.
That's unforgivable. That's unforgivable.
Well, now I can't not say it. I always say cashews every time.
Cashews.
And every time someone just stares
when
right
you
into
sneeze,
me,
when you sneeze, you should go.
No, absolutely not.
You absolutely should. That would be adorable. Okay, so now we're going to get back to the Curious Cat questions. Red Fox, I really hope that we answered your question there. And if not, and this rule goes for everybody, if we didn't quite answer your question to your satisfaction, you can always write back in, you can always text, and we'll clear it up. We love talking to you, and thank you so much for being here. Let's see here.
He says he's on his way to see his sexy girlfriend. So.
Who is?
Red Fox.
Oh, Red Fox is a trans person. Red Fox is one of us. And I believe they identify as she. So
fiance as of February 15th. Yay, upcoming lesbian marriage.
Oh, okay. Well, Red, you're going to have to let me know how you want to be identified, because you're losing me here, kid. Things are changing. And I applaud what you're going through right now. Hey, congratulations. Just make it to where I don't fuck up how I talk to you. Let's see. What's next? Okay, so we got past the vegetables thing. So the next one is, I'm just going to read these as they come. I hide nothing from my audience. Anonymous asks, why black monkeys? I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. There's no context for that. So we're going to skip to the next one. But I wish I did.
I also miss all your inside jokes. Like, I don't get any of those, so I didn't know if that was...
Oh, yeah. No. And that's okay. That's okay. You have a lot of research to do on back episodes. She's new, ladies and gentlemen. She's new. Just met her, a few hours ago. I just pulled you. I was driving to the store. I was picking up a bottle of Mad Dog 2020. I saw this whore sitting there with her fucking thumb out on the street. I pulled her over. I said, hey, baby. Honk, honk. I said, get in the fucking car. We're going to be on the radio in a little bit. Get the fucking car. And she got in the fucking car, and now here we are. That's how I know Ava. So Anon asks, who's your favorite T-girl that's been inside you? I never said this was a family-friendly show. And
it's a great question.
And the favorite that I've been in. Oh, well, jeezy flips, man. That's a loaded question. Who's your... Because, look, no matter who I say, it takes, like... I'm going to have to give you the cheapo diplomatic answer here. You know, you forced me into that position because it's just a privilege to work in this business. Like, let alone pick favorites. Like, I get to do this for a living. I haven't had to punch a time clock card in almost 13 years. In fact, probably 13 years.
I did it 4 hours ago.
Yeah. Yeah. And the fact that I get to work with anybody at all, let alone pick favorites, is amazing to me. I don't think I'd ever pick a favorite. And that goes for people that have fucked me and people that I have fucked on camera. I believe that every girl because you're talking about trans girls, every girl that I've had the opportunity and the privilege to perform with is somebody that has helped my career, and hopefully I've helped their career. And it's a completely mutual thing. This is a business, and we're all trying to climb up the ladder, and to pick favorites is to completely miss the point of what's going on. So I'm not going to pick a favorite. And I'm not saying that your question is bullshit. I kind of understand where you're coming from, but now learn something. That's not how it is. So I hope that answers your question. But I would never pick a favorite. I would never pick a favorite. So there's that.
So we got Brett Wendell saying sex with vegetables should not be allowed in any hospice. How do you say that? HOSPICE.
Yeah, no.
Did I say that one wrong?
Nope. That's the joke. Sex with vegetables should not be allowed in any hospice. Because, do you know what a hospice is?
I have no idea.
I love that you're so young and naive. A hospice is it's not quite a hospital, but it's a hospital-like environment where you go to die. It's your last days, okay? So a lot of people aren't all the way there.
That makes a little more sense.
Yeah, you're starting to get it. Yeah, no, fucking... That's awesome. Thank you, Brett. I love it. Dark humor all around. That's what we do here at TGQ&A. Fuck your mom. Anon asks, MD hot. Don't know what that means, but I'm reading them as they come. I want to give everybody a chance. Anon also asks, and you guys know when I say Anon, it's anonymous, and it's all sorts of different people. It's not the same guy
Anon?
named Anonymous. It's Anon.
I'm kidding.
A-N. Oh, God damn it! You got me. One
for once. One time.
One for Ava.
Only once.
It just says Anonymous says boyfriend ? No. Period. So Anonymous also asks, age. I'm 38 years old and loving it. Let's see. Oh, Anonymous also asks, hi, whore. Hi, Anonymous.
That was a great question.
Yes, it was. It was a great question. I love those ones. I love those questions that come in the form of statements. Those are they're very nice. I like.
What
those.
about that other Anonymous that asked about boyfriend? Why not?
Why not a boyfriend?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, geez. I don't know. I guess I'd say for listeners that have read in between the lines over this year and a half of podcasting that I've done, that I've gone through just a. Okay. I wanna make this entertaining without telling a 1,000-year-long story. But let's just say that I'm trying to find a healthy place, that I'm trying to be the best person I can be and be as complete as I can be, so that when it is time to find someone else, that I'm not just having some stranger that I don't know from Adam fill in all my gaps, because that always leads to disaster. And for too long, I've been doing that. I've been concentrating on the parts of my life that I'm really, really good at, and not concentrating enough on the parts of my life that need work. And so I will find somebody, and they'll fill in all my gaps, as it were. But because I'm lacking so much, this is starting to, I feel this is going off the rails. I'm starting to lose my metaphor here. Let me back up and put it this way. I feel like I'm a good catch, but it's only based off of the things that I know I'm good at, and I haven't paid a lot of attention to the things that I'm bad at. And
I think
after years of, not to interrupt, but after years of going through long-term but ultimately failed relationships and becoming a depressed, drunk wino because of it, I'm starting to understand the things I need to fix, even though they were always in the back of my head. You know, God, I wish I could be better at this. Oh, I wish I wasn't such of an asshole. Oh, I wish I should probably not lord over people, or whatever the fucking thing is, you know, that you're bad at. All those things that were in the back of my head over the course of my adult life are flooding to the forefront. And I know I need to take care of those things before I'm going to be good enough for anybody else. You know, I don't want somebody to have to come in and fix this package in order to have a healthy relationship. I want to present a thing that's worth having, you know? So that's what I'm working on right now. And that's why there's no boyfriend. That's why there's no girlfriend. The fact that his boyfriend or girlfriend is completely arbitrary to me. I'm a people person. I don't care about the sex stuff. It doesn't matter. It's if I'm going to give myself to someone, I want to be decent first. I said this on the podcast 1 billion times, but I keep going back to that fucking dumbass Billy Joel line. You do what's good for you, or you're not good for anybody. You know? And the more I say that, the more it starts to relate to a lot of different levels. Because I've said that for other things, but it's absolutely true. And oddly enough, it's a lyric from the song called James. That's my boy name. That's okay. I'm sorry. That's stupid. That's just a quirky coincidence. Anyway, there's your answer. Where we are 39 minutes in. Jesus Christ. And we have our last question. The last question is from Anonymous. Go figure. I am 50% responsible for twins. We were thinking of calling them Jamie and Stephanie. Is this okay? Don't do that. Don't do that.
Wow.
Don't name your babies after porn stars. Don't do that. Oh, those poor kids. Look, I know you're only using the first names, but I just don't know if they wouldn't know. I just don't know if I agree with the spirit of it. Why would you do that?
What if they just happen to really like those names, and it's a complete coincidence?
Okay,
but then again, they're asking you, so
yeah, that's the rub, man.
Maybe they told their significant other and didn't tell them where they got the names from.
God damn it!
Oh God, do we have to do a song now?
Maybe. But I want to unpack this a little bit. Look, your kids, if this is a serious question, that's really what you want to do, I'm flattered. First of all, I'm flattered. But don't do that. Don't do that. First of all, there's nothing special about me or Stephanie that you want to name your kid after, we are simply chumps that don't like day jobs that are running a grift. Okay, that's real. There's nothing that is like pride worthy or like we're just trying to get by. We're just trying to pay the rent. Do not name your kids after us. We are a bad influence. We name them after other people that do, like, we try to do good things while we're not trying to make rent. You know, I got this podcast, I'm in a band, I do all kinds of, and maybe, oh, well, Jamie, that's why I want to fucking name my kid after you, is because all the things that aren't porn that you do. But then still, yeah, I do a lot of porn.
Slackboy says in the chat, isn't that a country song? Don't name your babies after porn stars? I don't listen to country, so I wouldn't know.
Babies don't. Oh no! Wait. No. Here it is. It's a fucking. I think it's a Willie Nelson. Yeah, I think it's. No, it's mamas don't raise your babies to be porn stars, to be cowboys. It's a country song, and I can't remember exactly how the melody goes, but that's absolutely correct. Don't name your kids after us. No. If look here's I'll make you a deal. If I ever make a name for myself that's greater than the porn career that I'm in, then maybe you can name your kid after me.
Maybe.
But if as far as I go is the porn that I do not name your kid after me. Because that means I lost. I'm a loser. Don't name your kid after a loser. And with that, I'm going to go real quick. We're at 42 minutes. I'm going to go and check out the chat room real quick, answer anything that I feel might be interesting. And then after that, we're going to shut this motherfucker down. So let's see. Navigatorture says, yes, McDonald's. Can't remember what that's in context for. Navigatorture also says...
well, I think someone said that they had takeout or whatever, and then they were mentioning about food.
Oh, they're talking amongst themselves. Okay, that's fine, yeah. So let's just assume that they're all talking amongst themselves. I'm still gonna name the things and still gonna read the things, just in case I can pick up on something. So we can try to make this episode interesting. They are doing Amazing World of Gumball toys and Happy Meals. Whoa, Navigatorture. Is that true? The Amazing World of Gumball? They're putting toys in the Happy Meals right now? Navigatorture, here's what I'm going to do. Buy a Happy Meal, get me a Gumball figurine, send it to me. I'll send you my address. You know how to contact me. And I will send you... we'll make it sweet for you. I'll send you 3 months worth of free porn on my MannyVids page. How about that? I want a fucking Gumball thing, and I'm going to have it on the show every time. You guys, dude, you know how much I fucking love Gumball.
I didn't know that show was...
What? What did you know about Gumball?
Everything. I didn't even know it was relevant stuff.
You're in for a treat.
Never seen it.
Exactly why you're in for a treat. Okay, Red Fox says, I think I'll just go with whatever's in the most haram. Give me all the bacon. You asshole. I see what you're doing there. You're trying to be... To this day, Red Fox, you're trying to be a troll. Remember, my stepdad is Jordanian. You motherfucker. I see what you're trying to do. You put your fucking red hat on. You leave the room. Piece of shit. I love you, Red. Brett Wendell says, Jamie, Abraham Lincoln French. Well, it's the nose. I get it. Okay, so Navigatorture says, yes, they are. Don't know what that means. And with that, ladies and gentlemen... He was
talking about the Gumball.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
Good. Navigatorture says, I'll go in on Monday. Please do. And with that, thank you, Navigatorture. Thank you, everybody in the audience. Thank you, Ava Sumner, so much. Do you have anything to plug? No, of course you don't. It's TGQ&A. And how do we sing it? TGQ&A. Oh, no, I'm not done yet. You think you got something to say? Sure you do. Is the thing you're gonna say okay? I don't know, how about you? It may take all day, but say it anyway. What do you say? Well, I'll tell you what you say. It's TGQ&A. Good night, everybody. Good night. Ava, say good night.
Good night.
God. Don't look at us. Don't look at us. We're really bad at this.